Hi everyone, this is Carolyn. I'm going to show you how to make your own vinyled glass cutting board. I purchased my cutting board from the Dollar Tree, which is where everything is $1. And then I vinyled the back of it. I mirrored my image and I put vinyl on the back. These cannot go in the dishwasher. You can use them because you can cut on the front and there's no vinyl on the front. But you need to make sure you carefully hand wash this. I would try my best to mainly just, even if you just take a Clorox wipe and wipe it down really well on the front and back, I don't think I would put it in soapy water. So to make this, you're going to need a cutting board of some type. I get mine from the Dollar Tree. This is what they are. Mine are 7.5 by 7.5 inches. Here's what mine are. If you need to pause the screen and read any of that, you can order these online, I think. And you can also get them in round. And they're $1. But I'm going to be using the square one today because I'm going to show you how to do the silverware thingy that you saw. Don't you like my speech? You're going to need some kind of vinyl. I get my vinyl online. I go to this site right here and I get free scraps. You never know. You just put what you pick 5 different colors and they'll send it if they have it. You can do it once a month. So this is what I picked. So I'm using this. If you have any kind of vinyl, you kind of want permanent vinyl though, whatever you use. So I'm going to use this. I already cut it out and put it on my mat, and I cut mine at 6 by 6 because I'm going to make my image 5 by 5. You're going to need some kind of transfer tape is what I'm going to call it. I can't think of what you call it. If that is what you call it, I don't know. And then I'm going to be using this. This is from Stampin' Up. It's their pick. I don't know what you call it. I need this. And I take my Windex and I go ahead on the back, which is where these little, let me show you because I got to take it out of here anyway. You can go ahead and wash it in soapy water if you want. But I don't because I take it with Windex and I clean it. But on the back where you see your little knobs is where you're going to be adding your vinyl on the side with the knobs. So you want to make sure you clean this really well. So I just take my Windex and I just squirt it, one good time and then wipe it clean. I have not made a video in a while, so excuse me if it's crazy. There you go. So I'm going to take you over to my computer, and it's probably going to come in some different way if I can figure out how to edit it all together. And I will show you how I made it. Okay, I'm going to show you how I cut out my vinyl for my cutting plate. And if I forget what I'm talking about, just ignore me. Okay, what you're going to want to do is I'm going to open up. You're going to need this cut file. And I'm not sure if I can figure out how to share the cut file. I found it online on a free, I think I Googled it. But if you need it, if you send me a private message on my Logan's Crafty Mama on Facebook, I can probably give it to you there. If not, because I hardly ever check my messages because I'm so busy. So I'm just going to do it this way and show you. So you're going to go down to your Silhouette Studio and open that up. And there's probably another way to do this, but this is just how I do it and it works for me. And I have the designer edition. I don't know if that has any effect over what I do or not. So let's see. Okay, so when it looks like this, what you're going to do is take your mouse and go up to the very top and you're going to hit File and Open because I saved mine to the computer. And I've got mine saved in the Silhouette folder, so just find where it's at. And mine's under the Kitchen Tools. And okay, so when you find the file online, whoa, let me move that back. Okay, when you find the file online, this is what you will see right here, just your silverware stuff. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a box over it. So it'll highlight, it won't highlight it, but you can tell it's got a box all the way around it. I'm going to go down here to the left corner and I'm going to group that into one. And what that does is if you saw me a minute ago when I moved it, the top moved. But now when I move it, the whole thing moves. So I'm going to move it like that. And then I'm going to click it again so it goes back up to that. And up here on the right, you'll see this. It kind of looks like one of them party pull-apart things. I don't know what you call it, but it's called the scale window. So I'm going to click on that. And right here where it says specify dimensions, It already says it, but I'm going to show you. I just put in 5, 5 because I want it 5 by 5. My thing is 7.5 by 7.5. But I like the size of 5 by 5 on mine. Now you can make it whatever size you want as long as it is smaller than 7.5. So then what you're going to do is you're going to, this is how I do it. I go over here to the left and I click on my A. And then I click right there in the middle. And then I'm just going to type whatever I'm going to put in there. Put this. Okay, and then I'm going to center that in the middle. And then what I'm going to do is double click so the whole box turns green, and I'm going to highlight that. And then I'm going to go back up to the top, and I'm trying not to go too fast. And you're going to hit this open the fill color window. Now what this does is it's just going to fill that, your words, so that it knows to cut that as far as the color wise. It doesn't matter since I'm not printing this and cutting it. I'm just going to cut it. I'm not printing it. It doesn't matter. You can put that whatever color. If you want to put it purple, orange, red, it doesn't matter. I always just do it black because I'm just cutting it. Now, I'm going to double click it again, and I just highlight it all the time. And I'm going to go over to my text over here on the right, and I'm just looking for a font that I like. And I just go on the internet and I type in free fonts. You can go to Dafont, which is DAFONT.com, and find tons of fonts. That's where half of mine came from. I'm just going to use the marker felt. I love that one. And I'm going to stretch it out. A lot of people want it to be short. If you saw mine from the last one that I did, the one that said Lewis, I think it said, I just did it in the middle. But I'm going to try to do this one where Jones actually is a focal point. But I don't like it that long. Let's see here. Whoa, I don't want to move that. Just want to move Jones. We'll do it this way. I want to do it. And then center it like that. And I like that. So then what I'm going to do is just put a big old box over the whole thing again. And I'm going to come back down here and I'm going to group it again. So the one closest to the corner. Again, if you have just the standard Silhouette Studio, I don't know if it's the same because I do have the designer edition so that I can do SVG files and such. Okay, now this is the part you always have to remember. If you're going to cut this out of vinyl and you're going to put it on the top of the cutting board, then you're going to cut it out just like that. But I'm not. I'm going to put it on the bottom of my cutting board so that you can actually use my cutting board without this messing up. So what you're going to do is just click on that image. And since it's all grouped together, you only have to do this once. You come over to this flowery looking thing, and it's the replicate window, and you're going to open it. And then you're going to come down here to the mirror, and you're going to just mirror it however you want to mirror it. I just mirror it right. I don't care. And then you're going to take this one off. A lot of people have like books and stuff, and this would make a great, open cover and back of a book. But I'm just moving that. If you move it off the mat, because some people do not know this, if you leave it hanging like that, it's going to cut this. If it's on the mat, it's going to cut. If you pull it off the mat, it will not cut anything over here. It'll just cut this. So I'm going to move this over to here because that's where I have my paper on my cutting mat. Now, if you have it over here, or over here, or over here, or over here, it will cut on your mat that way. So make sure you have your paper that way. Let me show you one more thing. Watch the bottom. I'm pointing at the screen like you guys can see me. Watch the bottom of these utensils. Watch the sticks on the bottom. You see how they're pink? Now see how the bottom right here went kind of foggy? That is because if you put it on your mat there, it will not cut this part. It will only cut to there, so then it'll square off your bottoms. I learned that the hard way when I first got my Silhouette because I thought, well, it's on the mat, it's going to cut it, and it will not cut on my mat that way. It might on yours, but it don't on mine. So make sure when you put it, wherever you put it on your mat, you make sure you don't see the fogginess. Like right now, mine's foggy on the top and the side, so just bring it down enough to where it's not foggy there. So there we go. So then what you're going to do is make sure you have your mat loaded into your machine. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay? And then you're going to come up to the top where you see this A and it says send a silhouette. Now what I do is I change my settings. No, I'm going to leave it like that. I have mine on vinyl, the Silhouette brand, but it's not Silhouette. Now I'm going to move it. And I want to drop my speed down to 3 because I've noticed with mine when I was cutting my other image out, it went so fast, it messed up some of my dots and stuff in here. It didn't ruin it, but it was trying to. Cut right there. And it'll send it to your silhouette and it'll cut it. Okay, and then, I don't know if you can see it. That's what it looks like when it comes out of your silhouette, if it cut it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove everything on the outsides and these little dots and all that. Now I'm going to try to do this in the frame. I'm not guaranteeing anything, and I might even get in it. And I know it is a weird angle, but it is super hard to film this and do it at the same time. So I'm going to try this. If you see my head in it, I'm sorry too. All you're going to do is like pull out these pieces. And you see why this is so important to have a needle of some sort. And then my arm sticks to my mat because it's a brand new mat. And then that's a spoon, that's a fork. And then these lovely little dots here. These dots gave me fits, and it's going to do it this time too. Okay, I'm going to go off screen and pull these dots. Okay, so I pulled it out of that. Now I'm going to pull it out. Let's see, Jones has an E. Oops. And we have no. Now, what I do is I take some scissors. This is just how I do it. I'm going to zoom back out some. And what I do, let's get some of this, I got stuff everywhere, is I pull it from this corner right here. Okay? And then I stand up and I cut it. This is the part that's going to go in the trash. You see that? So I didn't cut my image, I cut the paper. That way I can get in here, see, and pull it. Because I've noticed if your vinyl sticks to your images that you've already fixed, they have a habit of messing up. And then you can cut that, pull it, whatever. So see, there's the first part. And then I'm going to get my stick pin thingy and do it again down here. And down here is not as hard normally because it's just the bottom. See? Super easy. There you go, I'm all done. I'm going to take my piece of transfer tape. And mine's reusable, which I've already used. And I'm going to line it up over it, and you're going to see it in the corner because I can't do this straight. And if I mess this up, we're done. I hate this paper. This transfer tape I have. It came with my Silhouette vinyl that I ordered. And I only use my Silhouette vinyl when I'm making frames, which I'll show you in a minute. And then you're going to take something, a credit card, debit card, whatever. I use a bone folder, and this is from when I had my Cricut, and I use the end, and you're just going to put your hand on it, and then you're just making sure that your image is stuck to your transfer tape so that when you pull it up, it doesn't mess up. Now, some people can do this without using transfer tape. I cannot because I want it perfect. Okay, and then voila, it's all on your tape. And this is how it's going to go on the bottom of your image. Now what you're going to do is take your cutting board. Make sure you have it facing the bottom up. So this is the feet, and they're sticking up because you're going to take your paper now and you're going to stick it to the bottom. Now I'm going to do this my way, which is going to look crooked to you because I need to make sure it's straight. So it's crooked looking to you, but it's not to me. But for my angle, I can't go straight this time. So just make sure it's on straight. And it's going to look backwards, even for me, because it's going on the bottom. So now what I'm going to do is take my bone folder again, and you're going to press this down into your images. into your glass. Like so. And then I always take my hand and just go back over it, just to make sure. And then all I do is very carefully start pulling it off, because you can pull your image up, which I'm praying for my video's sake it doesn't do it. And then I'm going to reuse my tape again. Mine's reusable, so I stuck it back on that. So, and then I take my hand and I push out. It's going to have bubbles in it. I've read what you can do is, if you don't want to sit there and push all those bubbles out, you can take a hair dryer or something and don't melt it, but you know, go over it really lightly, and then take like a credit card and flatten it out, and do that several times until it's clear. And then from this side you can't tell it's bubbly because it's got that it's not, I can't think of, I want to say beveled, but I don't think that's what it is. But it's not a straight shine finish, you know, it's got like a scratched up image. Even though it's supposed to look like that, it's not. The back is smooth, but then the front's not. So this is the one that I just made on the computer, on the internet, the camera with you. And then this is the one I had already made. So see, you guys, they're super easy to make. And this is, let me move my camera. This is the one that I just made with stretching out the last name. And this is just with the last name shortened. Another thing is, I see people put like Nana or Nanny or Paw or Mommy or your Carol Ann or Logan or Leah, whatever you want to put there. You don't have to put their last name. You don't even have to put a name at all. You could put kitchen closed, coffee, whatever your theme might be in your kitchen. So these are super cute, super easy. They cost me a little over $1. And the only reason I say, let me see, these didn't even cost me that. They cost me $1 because I paid for this. These were $1 each at the Dollar Tree. And then I got my vinyl free from Oracal. And this is not a sponsored video. I went on their site. Somebody told me to go on their site and look in their little grab bag type thing or samples, and they send you 5 a month. You just have to remember to do it. So yeah, so that's what I use. This is no fancy vinyl. It's just vinyl, free. So free vinyl and $1 towards that, and then a free image that I found on Google. So I hope this was helpful. I missed you guys. I'm back. I'm going to make a video about that later. I just want to show you guys this, and I hope it helps you. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.